Hello and welcome to ThePrint. Today I shall be speaking about India's Neighbourhood First policy. Evaluating the effectiveness of India's Neighbourhood First policy is a nuanced task as it involves taking stock of multiple factors from diplomatic achievements and economic cooperation to regional stability and socio-political dynamics. While the policy has yielded benefits in certain areas, it has also encountered challenges and setbacks along the way. Some argue that while India has done well to enhance its stature in the broader international arena, it is losing its grip in the South Asian region. Now that the electoral process is done and dusted, it is time for introspection to chart the future course of action. Here, therefore, is a run through of the successes and failures of Neighbourhood First and how the government can reinvigorate it. Where all has Neighbourhood First succeeded? First, diplomatic engagements. India's proactive diplomatic outreach to its neighbours has resulted in increased dialogue and engagement across various platforms. Bilateral visits, summit meetings, and joint initiatives have helped in improving ties and addressing mutual concerns. Two, infrastructure development. Initiatives like the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation (SARC) Development Fund and the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank (AIIB) have facilitated infrastructure development projects in neighboring countries, enhancing connectivity and promoting economic integration. 3. Security cooperation. Despite challenges, India has collaborated with neighboring countries on security issues, including counter-terrorism efforts, border management, and maritime security. Initiatives like the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium (IONS) have allowed greater cooperation in tackling common security threats. 4. Regional initiatives. India is an active participant in regional groupings like the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation (BIMSTEC), the BBIN, that is the Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, India Initiative, and the Indian Ocean Rim Association (IORA). Altogether, these have contributed to regional stability, economic cooperation, and collective security in the Indian Ocean region. 5. Cultural exchanges. The Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation or ITEC program and other cultural exchange platforms have helped strengthen people to people ties and build neighborly goodwill in the region. Challenges. 1. Unresolved border disputes. Persistent border disputes, particularly with Pakistan and China, have come in the way of building trust and cooperation in the region. Tensions along the line of control (LC) and the line of actual control (LAC) continue to flare up and impede progress in bilateral relations. 2. Geopolitical rivalries. Growing geopolitical competition, especially with China, has complicated India's neighborhood dynamics and impacted its ability to pursue an independent foreign policy. Power struggles and influence games in the region have often overshadowed our efforts. 3. Economic gaps. Big disparities in economic development between the neighboring countries have affected the effectiveness of economic cooperation initiatives. Infrastructural deficits, trade barriers, and bureaucratic hurdles have prevented the full potential for regional economic integration from being realized. 4. Internal instability. Political instability, ethnic conflicts, and governance challenges in neighboring countries have been stumbling blocks to closer cooperation and regional stability. Issues such as cross-border terrorism and insurgencies have also strained relations and undermined trust between India and its neighbors. 5. Limited progress in SARC. The functioning of SARC, the top intergovernmental organization in South Asia, has been affected by bilateral tensions and a lack of consensus on key issues between Pakistan and India. This has limited its effectiveness as a platform for regional cooperation and integration. How then to energize Neighbourhood First? The newly elected Indian government should pay close attention to enhancing diplomatic efforts, economic cooperation, regional stability, and people to people ties to inject fresh energy into the Neighbourhood First policy. 1. Diplomatic outreach and engagement. High level visits, summit meetings, and regular dialogue should be prioritized to address outstanding issues and build trust and confidence among regional partners. In addition, knee-jerk reactions to the internal politics of these countries should be avoided. Politics and diplomacy are different from each other and have their own dynamics. Mature statesmanship is the need of the hour. 2. Conflict resolution and confidence building measures. Efforts should be intensified to resolve long-standing border disputes and other bilateral conflicts through dialogue, mediation, and confidence-building measures such as joint military exercises, cultural exchanges, and educational scholarships. 3. Economic integration and infrastructure development. Efforts to improve connectivity and economic integration in the region should be accelerated through infrastructure development projects, trade facilitation measures, and investment initiatives. Initiatives like the BBIN and BIMSTEC could help unlock the full potential for regional cooperation and trade. Economic assistance to our neighbors should continue unhindered, even in the face of provocations, as it only enhances our image as a friend in need. 4. Security cooperation. Cooperation should be strengthened on security issues, including counter-terrorism, maritime security, and border management. Greater efforts to leverage the potential of military diplomacy must be explored. If the militaries of two countries, say Nepal and India, are positively engaged, then there might be fewer chances of misunderstandings at the national level. 5. Multilateral engagement. India should deepen its engagement and play a more proactive role in shaping the agenda of regional multilateral organizations such as SARC, BIMSTEC, and IORA to address common challenges and give regional cooperation a shot in the arm. If we can sit at the same table with China and Pakistan in forums such as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, there is no reason not to do so for SARC. 6. Cultural diplomacy and people-to-people ties. Programs such as the ITEC, cultural festivals, and tourism initiatives should be expanded to facilitate greater interaction and exchange between Indian citizens and those of neighboring nations. 7. Environmental cooperation. Collaborating on environmental initiatives and sustainable development projects could go a long way in addressing shared challenges such as climate change, pollution, and natural resource management. Initiatives like the International Solar Alliance can be leveraged to promote renewable energy adoption and environmental sustainability in the region. 8. Public diplomacy and soft power. India should make the most of its soft power assets such as Bollywood, yoga, and traditional arts to enhance its image and influence. Public diplomacy campaigns and cultural outreach programs can help build positive perceptions of India and strengthen ties with its neighbors. Sponsoring or subsidizing visits to the Buddhist pilgrimage site of Bodh Gaya, for example, can go a long way in building goodwill. 9. Conflict prevention and crisis management. Strong mechanisms for conflict prevention, crisis management, and humanitarian assistance can make a big difference in weathering conflicts and natural disasters in the region. India should proactively engage in regional peacekeeping and humanitarian relief efforts to promote stability and security. A no strings attached humanitarian assistance and disaster relief HADR commitment will go a long way in building a positive and benign image. 10. Youth and civil society engagement. Empowering youth initiatives, civil society organizations, and grassroots movements to play a more active role in promoting peace, tolerance, and cooperation in the region can help bridge divides and build a more inclusive and resilient neighborhood. People to people connections can help diminish the impact of negative, politically motivated anti India propaganda. By implementing these measures, the new government can reinvigorate India's Neighbourhood First policy and realize its vision of a peaceful, prosperous, and interconnected region. Only if we have a secure and stable regional environment can India achieve its aim of a Viksit Bharat. Neighbourhood first in letter and spirit. This is General Naravane for the print.